Oh, it's time. Look at that purple light. Oh, it's time. I warned y'all. Here it is. Genie sorcery. Wow.
Somehow found a way to slip inside of everybody's brain that they're not in control of this. It's some kind of witchcraft they work in, and witchcraft is manipulation, which means verbal words. All witchcraft is done by tongues. Whether you're trying to cast a spell against somebody to kill them, or whether you're just trying to manipulate, it's all witchcraft. It's the use of the tongue. I don't know what kind of witchcraft they're using to get people not to see this, but it's crazy.
MK Ultra.
I know that you are smarter than the average bear, and I know you are aware that this is not a normal Category 5 storm. Let's just start with the obvious. The eye wall is only like 3.8 miles wide, with a hurricane that's literally large enough to take up the entire Gulf of Mexico. Let's talk about where it formed and the path that it's taking. Let's go ahead and just talk about NOAA and all the planes that it has going back and forth inside of it. And you can call that they're just out there monitoring the weather, or you can actually look at what they did 70 years ago when they seeded a hurricane that ended up killing people. You can decide to see this with spiritual eyes.
I played the same lady, Starkey. Well, that's not her name, but when she took her money and went to Hawaii. Like when we say Holy Spirit on the ground. When you hear me say that, I done stumbled across something that's going to be on the news, but we got it before the news. I'm like, right there. But she was right there. She was like, yo, something weird about these children. The school buses going missing. It was her that brought the truth to the world. Now here she is again.
Stay in your physical mind and not be able to comprehend what you were looking at. But folks, let me make this very plain to you. Tampa, Florida, St. Pete's, Hillsborough, all those areas are not the Appalachian Mountains. It's two different types of people in those areas. Two different mindsets of people in those areas. The Appalachian Mountains are a conservative stronghold of people who follow the law, who love their neighbors, who go to church on Sundays, whose children and grandparents fought in wars for this country.
Wasn't we talking about that, connecting it to Eden when we all come back to the lands, the Appalachian Mountains that go from damn near Maine all the way down to Florida, because we understood Florida was the continent of America. See that right there? Just that right there. The whole gun was the whole state. They done made all this. These islands you call 52 states. See? It's good to know the ancient past.
Hillsborough County is a Democrat stronghold. It's a liberal stronghold. It's a demonic stronghold. When this storm hits these areas and does damage times 2 of what it did in the Appalachian Mountains.
Pause. Helen, y'all laughed at me. Let me turn on the light. Remember? They laughed at me and everybody. It was like, how dare a Haitian come up in here? See my angel? Yeah, a Haitian come up into I can eat your cat or sacrifice the blood or whatever. Apparently, shoot, a lot of people can do a whole bunch of stuff right here, and the entity government ain't gonna do nothing. But they ain't laughing no more, is they? Now look at all these chaotic chaoses. We say, pray, stay prayed up. This is prophetic proficiency, prophecy. You think I'm up here just trying to say, we gonna prophesy? That's what the good Lord told me to wake up and say to you people. I'm like, what? We gonna do what? I thought that was over with, Lord. You know, let's talk about the kingdom. Nah, it ain't kingdom time. All right? You want to make it to the kingdom, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, endure and beat these plagues and stuff like that. You know the story. Come on, man. Like Israel in the old time. But if you don't make it, how you gonna make it to the promised land? So, pay attention. Be ye wise, right? This doesn't happen for no reason. Like, There's some real sorcery going on. Then you got whatever they doing over there in Cali. You know, they meet every July, all the leaders and stuff like that. Come on, man, wake up. If you didn't know, if you don't know, now you know. I better not say that word.
You're going to see two totally different responses to this storm. The Appalachian people got out there and they helped each other. They're documenting what the government has failed to do for them, and they're being verbal, but they're still following the law. What you're going to see in Tampa are gangs looting, killing, and destroying. You're going to see the Democrat stronghold whip itself up screaming, we can't have an election because, you know, of the inequity and unfairness of hurricane response. Even though you just saw an entire 4-state region go 8 days before our sitting president and vice president sent in the military to even help these people. Imagine that area of Tampa going 8 days with people trapped in their homes. Now you're starting to see. If you were one of those people that were told to evacuate and you did not, I am very upset with you. And that's the only way I'm going to put it. This is not a normal storm. It was created by man to do just what it's fixing to do. And if you're in these areas, please understand your sheriff.
Yeah, the sheriff. Yeah, Grady. Yeah, tell it, lady. God dog it. They don't want to believe me. They don't want. You see how long them entities took? You see, this is what I'll be talking about. See, where's our countdown when we be over there? You know what I'm saying? On the computer.
Your National Guardsmen, they're not coming in to save you until the storm has totally passed.
They gone.
Which means 24 to 36 hours dealing with the gangs and the looters and the illegals that you guys have in those areas. These people that live in Tampa are not like the people that live in the Appalachian Mountains. In fact, my husband and I were just talking about this the other day. When we go to Tampa to see our son, we drive with our pistol basically in our lap.
Pause.
It's out. It's on the speed.
Oh, I didn't know she was gonna say that. You see why BC's me locked and loaded. Oh, you see when I go through the hood, I have my ARs, and one hip I got the 9, the other hip I got the 45. You hear this from a straight up straight lady, huh? Man, stop it, bruh. Now you see why I gotta rough a nigga up. I'm like, this came to my door? Like, you couldn't go to the next door neighbor talk about this? This nigga been here, living here all his life. You couldn't go there? You had to come to my door? Well, I know this God. I get the work in, y'all. I get the work, you heard? I get to beat up a nigga and don't get in trouble. Shh, don't come here tell me that.
In the suitcase, it's visible and within hand's reach. Why? Because
as long as I'm in the law.
Of people and the spirits that control that area. It is wicked. I know this because I visit a church that is in a battle for the spiritual control of Tampa Bay in Florida.
Spiritual control, y'all. Listen well.
Saving souls, pillaging hell, trying their best to take back the spiritual control of Tampa. And folks, what you're fixing to see happen is going to show you how bad it is.
Come on. Yeah, they don't want to believe the guy living here. Like they think I'm saying boo-boo. Come on,
Let's just be honest.
Tell it.
This is going to make Katrina look like child's play. And I have a feeling that they will push the election back because they're going to say, oh, these people can't vote. Oh, my God.
The same thing came to me. Oh, my God. Everybody was worried about their lives. You put us in here. This is what I'm talking about. You going to set up something and go to God like, look at him, look at him. You did this. You can't do that, man. God be like, come on.
Vote. You haven't heard that once.
Put us in this situation, man.
For the people in the Appalachian area and eastern United States. You haven't heard one person suggest pushing back
Wait.
the election.
Is it a coincidence that the Appalachian Mountains from Maine all the way to Florida to Texas, Louisiana, that's the same problem of the strike? We're tired of hearing kids, babies, and help, let me out. I didn't sign up for this shit. I signed up for 9 to 5 cargo. I didn't sign up to be no goddamn trafficker. And then fall for your stupidity because I'm on the boat, clueless. Sort of say. So, no, we can't do that. And then you gonna pay me scraps? Nah, but I'm telling you, draws, color, where you live at, everything. You supposed to take care of your people. And you out here doing this? Out here bullying us? Yeah, we gonna lock all y'all up. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Colonel such and such. We don't need politics. We the people, nigga. You running off my tax dollars, you know, because I ain't got no criminal record. I ain't no criminal. So yeah, you on my dollar. Yeah, it's a big difference, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm out here doing what I'm supposed to, abiding by the law, man, please. And you the lawgiver, man, please. Better stop it.
4 states.
So all this, right? All this.
Lost out.
But the Appalachians go all the way up. Is it coincidence that all this is shut down? It took people to say, you know what, I'm going to stop caring for my money, for the pastors to come out and talk about what's really behind the strike. Every strike out here been because of that. UPS, FedEx, we were dumb. Big media, they want more money. Bro, we and everybody in the world know you ain't going to give us no money to make us rich. All right, because then we going to super exceed you. And you not going to have that. So, what really, all these years of strikes, what voices not being heard. Y'all now saying they're not talking about this on big media, but clearly and surely a social media can't make up boo-boo like this and think we ain't gonna get arrested. You know what I'm saying? So you know it's true, but why they not talking about it? Now, how long has this been going on before you actually realize that? And how much lies have you been entertaining?
Thousands of people, they have thousands missing. There's nowhere for these people to vote, and they don't have identification to be able to vote. They lost it all. You don't hear the Democrats suggesting we push that election off for that. But you watch what happens in Tampa. They're going to use this to try to keep Biden and Harris in office a little bit longer. I'm just so shocked at the amount of people that watched me that was given an evacuation order and then flat told me they're staying put. You've lost your collective minds.
That's right.
And I'm going to tell you, I know for a fact, they're not coming in there to get you guys. They're not going to put a National Guardsman or a police officer or an EMT or a sheriff in danger because you decided to...
I heard that on the news this morning. Like, yo, we leaving the islands, Keys, we out. And we're not coming back for 2 to 3 days. So if you here, make sure you got 2 to 3 days worth of food, water, and supplies, or whatever electricity, whatever you can have. Yeah. She ain't lying.
You're trapped on your roof. They're going to leave you there until the storm has totally passed. And then they're going to...
But the important piece she gave us is we forgot about the looters, baby. Come here, you're going to get click cloud. Then they be waiting to pick your body up.
Together rescues. And while you're sitting on your roof with your family without medication, without clean water, I hope you have a way to defend yourself, because we all know the types of people that live in your area, and they're going to come. They'll beat the police to your address. They absolutely will.
Exactly, Brandy.
And I'm just
we were talking about that earlier.
That people think staying...
They sent 2, and 1, they still waiting. They ain't got their stuff together. Bodies are still everywhere. We don't know if that's from looters or the storm. We see what they were doing in New York. We see what they're doing in Mexico. We see what they were doing in restaurants in New York. What was the government doing? Nothing. Well, doing what I'm doing right now, holding the camera and watching it. So you can edit it and put it on the camera, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, this is what they're doing. This is what you allowing them to do? Hey, we couldn't even get weed across the water without the boat, without the feds and everything. Man, what you doing, bro? Now all of a sudden, just people from everywhere just can come up and just start robbing people, taking their houses. Okay, whenever y'all gonna be ready to stop taking enough, you gonna know what to do.
Put in their house when there could be 20-foot surges is an okay.
Ain't nobody gonna have to tell you.
There's a time and a place. Because here's also the difference. You've all seen the helicopter that came down and destroyed all of those people's supplies for up there in North Carolina. I had that video on for you guys yesterday. Not one person pulled out a gun and started shooting at the helicopter. Though I saw
what did she just say?
of people's
yeah, when you had enough. Oh, ain't nobody gonna tell you what to do. When your daughters and stuff getting raped. Oh, ain't nobody gonna do. Oh, you're not gonna say, oh Lord, hell no, you're gonna pop
you
twigs
shoot
back.
At them. That's what they want. That is what they want.
Bring in the militia, baby. You gotta be sneaky silent like them. Sniper.
They want you to lose your mind and shoot at them. But see, people up in eastern United States have a little bit of class. They're a better bred type of people. They're harder to anger. They love their country. And though their angry supplies got damaged, they're not going to kill anybody over it. They're not going to shoot at a helicopter over it. It's not the same in Tampa. It's just not. Every time I go, there's like chalk outlines of bodies and you know, the shootouts all around you and the police everywhere and people running from the cops. It's not a good area to be in.
It's like New York.
You guys have decided that staying in your house with a category man-made 5 hurricane barreling down on you was a good idea. All I'm going to say is, did you actually pray about that? Because I've heard this from a lot of people. God's brought me through other storms. God also gave you a brain.
And wisdom. And
He expects
preparation.
you to use it, folks. This is not a normal storm. The response to the storm is not going to be normal. It's going to match the storm. It's going to be uncontrollable. It's going to be out of character. And you better remember that we are battling in a spiritual realm, not a physical. And this time around, when people are coming in to rescue, you're going to see people shoot at them. And that's all it's going to take for martial law. That's all it's going to take for them to send in the cavalry. That's all it's going to take for a bunch of people to start screaming that this is racist if we try to have the election. Because, oh my gosh, people in Florida, the Democrat areas, they can't vote. Even though Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, most of them can't vote either. But it's not going to matter because the way conservatives respond to storms and the aftermath and the way that liberals respond to storms and aftermath is 2 different ways. And this is fixing to be 101 on why one side is calm and collected and assured their place in heaven and the other side is just straight on a road to hell, folks. And I pray that if you can get out, you do get out. Please stay in contact with us. We will, if need be, start collecting money for individual families that are on this platform and getting it sent to them as the storm progresses. All I can say is that we love you guys so much, but please get out if you can. Please get out while you can. We can help you build your house back, baby. We can do it.
Can't make
this
another you.
platform can do it, but we can't bring you back from under 10 foot of water. I've got one short clip on the back side of this. Please listen to what he's saying. He's 100% correct. This is not going to be good. And don't tell me I should be speaking against it. I prayed against it last night. It's just, I understand what's happening on a spiritual level, and you guys better get ready.
Party of Florida is without power and they can't vote. And we have a whole state that would be underrepresented and they can't vote, then we're going to have to postpone
It's
the
my
election.
guy on
First of
TikTok.
all, watch this. Watch how wicked this is. Tampa, Democratic stronghold. Orlando, Democratic stronghold. oh, our people are not going to be able to vote, and it's not fair that the Democrats aren't going to be able to vote in those cities because it's been a natural disaster. And then their people will go crazy. They can rev up the engine of the Democratic constituents to say, oh, it's racist and it's this. So expect to be called racist. Expect to talk about the racism around disaster relief. But again, they're in control. But they've somehow found a way to slip inside of everybody's brain that they're not in control of this. It's some kind of witchcraft they work in, and witchcraft is manipulation, which means verbal words. All witchcraft is done by tongues.
Y'all thought Trump was playing, huh?
Whether you trying to cast a spell against somebody to kill them, or whether you just trying to manipulate, it's all witchcraft. It's the use of the tongue. I don't know what kind of witchcraft they're using to get people not to see this, but it's crazy. So, with that being said, we're going back to what I was talking about. Fully expect more of this, where you see the military doing the exact opposite of what they should do. In this case, they're throwing rotor washers over places. Crazy. They trying to give out this.
Yeah, and there's trains. That's why the last message say, look at your freight on your train, on the cargo. Pulling in tanks, army trucks, missile launchers, right in our face. Traveling on the train. Cargo train. What the hell is going on in America? Militia's coming, baby. We want
the supplies. And he literally just did an entire rotor wash over the place where the supplies are. That's crazy. I got to see it from the other side. You want to know why they're doing it? Because they want somebody to take a shot at the helicopter. That's why they're doing it. They want one of you guys to take a shot at the helicopter. And here's what's going to happen. If they can't get someone to take a shot that's there, they're going to put somebody on the ground and have them take a shot. Because they want y'all to take a shot at them, bro.
Yo, they care about nobody. First, you got robots, drone that can fly a helicopter. Well, you're going to put a human there. Wow. This is the people you trust, though, right? Government, America! I'm B.C.D.I. vet root. B.C.D. Hebrew. See? God talking to his people. He not talking to is the ones his breath not going to. Stay away from them. They curse.